Hi guys, it's Bubbles. Before the video starts, I probably should say, I'm sorry that there has been a lack of streams recently. I'm sorry that there's been a lack of YouTube uploads recently. I have been dealing with a lot of stuff with uni, as well as a lot of mental health stuff. It's hard to describe the difficulties, because some people probably would be like, oh yeah, it's nothing, but to me, the things that I'm feeling aren't nothing, and they've been dragging on, and they've been making things difficult. So I'm sorry that I haven't been around. I'm hoping that I can start being around a bit more, especially with a lot of Dead by Daylight content coming, a lot of Siege content coming. COD and Fortnite release their new passes. Anyway, today we're going to be watching the Siege panel. The panels for Year 9, Season 2, Operation New Blood. My understanding is that this is going to be the season we're getting a recruit rework. We're not getting any new operators per se. They're mostly going to be focused on adding stuff that improves the game, quality of life changes, balancing updates, obviously the recruit rework, and bits and pieces like that. I don't know. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. We're going to jump into it. Sorry for rambling, and please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the rest of that jazz. Anyway, we're gonna watch it.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Operation New Blood. I'm Camille Salzer-Hadaway, and we're excited for Year 9, Season 2 of Rainbow Six Siege. Now,
Conversationally, Camille is excellent. I'm so glad that she does all of these panels, like introing it, because she's got the right level of calm yet like hype. Like, she's very good at getting you ready for it. Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird compliment to pay, but fair play to you, Camille.
as we all know, Siege is a game of two sides. In this season, our Operator Remaster will impact the roster on both the defense and the attack. The recruit side of the action is getting remastered to meet today's meta. And creative director Alexander Karpazis is here to tell us more about what's in store for Operation New Blood.
Oh, let's go, Lexi. What you got?
On behalf of the entire Siege team, I'm proud to show to you Operation New Blood.
This graphic
There's a lot
weird,
coming this season, and it starts with our first remaster. Operator remasters are an impactful addition to the game and essentially a new operator that's introduced. And we start with the recruits. We have the new attacker, Striker, and the new defender, Sentry. Together, they're in every single playlist, and you'll be able to customize them. We're also introducing big balancing changes, making sure that it's a lot more equal on both sides of the attack and defense coin. And Marketplace is coming. For everyone.
I have some fucking complaints about this whole Marketplace thing. So you guys know roughly my group of guys I like playing Siege with. Speaking of which, I'm totally down to play with more people. If you guys have Siege and you want to play, let me know. But I got the guys that I play with. You guys have met some of them. Seb and Soy and Dodo. We all signed up for the Marketplace together. In fact, I think I was the first one to sign up. And then two of them did it like a couple of days later, and one of them did it like a week later. All of them got accepted to the Marketplace. I have still not been accepted. I have no idea what Ubisoft has against me, or if it's Siege, or what it is, but somebody has got something against me, and they don't want me on the Marketplace. I have been itching to get onto it and get a couple of the Black Ices that I've missed here and there, as well as there's a couple of other skins that have my attention. I won't necessarily say which ones. I would rather show them off when I finally get them, but for the minute, I'm just having... I'm just having trouble accessing these skins because for some reason I'm not allowed on the Marketplace. So I can't wait for the actual release, and then I'm gonna pick up some stuff, but knowing my luck, by the time that releases, everyone's gonna be picking up the cheap stuff. I'm gonna have to pay more for these skins, which is annoying because I signed up in good time and I got punished for no reason. Anyway, sorry, that was a side rant. We're only a minute 20 in and I'm already having massive rants, but I needed a moment to vent my frustration with the marketplace beta, because I've also sent emails to try and figure out why I haven't been allowed on, and just nothing. I haven't gotten a single bit of information as to why. Anyway, sorry, let's get back into it.
As long as you're above clearance level 25, you'll have access to it. For warming up, we're introducing the Endless Drill, allowing you to fight every single floor of a map over and over and over again so that you are warmed up for battle. And we have much, much more for you, including a big update for weapon stats so that you get to learn more about the tools.
Ooh! Oh shit! That is good. I like this. I am on board with this. Yeah, so this is in the lobby. Okay, right. I was about to say, because if it was just in the operator view screen, then that's, you know, kind of shit. But sometimes you like, I want to know what the recoil patterns are like. If I'm having a game where my shots are just not hitting properly, and that gives me the ammo, the reload speed. That's good. That's really good. And I that might sound sarcastic, but God. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So that will help me to also spot, like, when I've gone in and I have a loadout that I might have not checked properly. So it's like, I noticed the other day I was playing Finker. I was just doing a couple of offline matches, off-stream matches. And fun fact, they went really badly. There's a reason why I haven't streamed Siege in a while, because I need to be in the right headspace for that. But Finker had her spear. It had the suppressor on it. I had no idea, and then I was not expecting, you know, some of the gun results I got. So this helps me to, like, see that this helps me to see that stuff in real time. Sorry about that. Okay, let's keep going.
That you used in the game.
I've
All of us on
also
the team are
heard some rumors
extremely
about some other
excited
stuff getting
about this
changed.
new season, and we can't wait until you get your hands on it.
Shout out to whoever did the camera angles on Lexi's
For the
thing.
latest, Alexander Karpazis is back with an update.
These camera angles, like, just fucking watch this again.
Hands on it.
So him, and then
The Siege team is always working to
oh,
improve
that's
player
beautiful.
protection. For the latest, Alexander Karpazis is back with an update.
How does the Siege team make such good panels? Like maybe they've always done it like this, and I just haven't noticed until more recent times, where I become a little bit more interested in camera work. But God, that was beautiful. Just that pan, it was steady. There was no shaky cam. It kept, like, focused on her, like, kept her kind of central to the screen. It just, oh my God, it was beautiful.
In a mid-season roadmap update, we communicated about a delay for the reputation system coming out of beta. For us, it's really important to make sure that we get this right and that we listen to the feedback. And we received a lot of feedback that there's still work to be done. We're working on
100%.
the quality of the system and making sure that we can verify all of the reports that are made using.
My reputation's gone up and down and up and down, and there's been no rhyme or reason. My suspicion is that sometimes the reputation system accounts for reports, even if the reports are for something dumb, because it doesn't verify those reports. Like, for instance, I felt like my reputation went down when I was using VC a little bit, and, like, giving comms, like, there was one time where I had this guy who was playing Capitao, and I asked him to watch a drone because he died early, and he just didn't, and I died. And it's like little things like that where you complain, it's a little bit of criticism, it's a little bit constructive, and then people give you shit for that and report you. Or it might be that, like, you ask somebody to stop playing their favorite operator, you ask them to play something that's going to help with the team a little bit more, and they just don't want to do that. And so they report you instead for comms abuse. I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, this is theoretical, but I just, you know, I don't have any other good reason in my head as to why my reputation goes all over the place. Because there's no other real good reasons as to why that would be the case.
At the end, we want a system that you can trust and that can actually tackle the toxicity in the game.
I'm glad they're taking the
that you
time
feel
to get this right,
confident in.
though. It'd be
That
so easy
means
for them to
delaying the
add a
reputation
half-assed version
system
of this.
to later in the year. Right now, the beta means that we can collect feedback and you can give feedback. It's so that you can understand what the reputation system's about, and for those players that have a reputation score that is low, how to get it higher. We talked a lot about anti-cheat at the 6 invitationals, but we need to show results for it as well. And I'm super happy to say that the team has been doing incredible work. We've made a 7 times improvement to the number of data points we use to make bans. This also means that we've increased our ban rate by 60% in the last season. And we've seen a huge reduction in cheaters, and especially rage cheats. Plus,
I think that some people are going to argue with this and suggest that there are still plenty of cheaters. And I'm not going to dispute the fact that there are cheaters still, but I think some people, it's easy to forget that if it's somebody like Varsity Gaming who they do their hacker replay stuff, it's actually valuable to them to have the narrative that there are a lot of cheaters in Siege. And you know, it's they also, like, content creators, again, sorry, I'm picking on Varsity here, they play a lot more too. So theoretically, they're also going to deal with a lot more cheaters than the average person. It may also be region-based, it may also be other factors that I can't know. But I think it's really hard when somebody goes, no, you haven't fixed the cheater problem. Because it's they don't want to provide too specific stats, or else people are going to start reverse engineering it and figuring out how to get around the cheats and stuff. I don't know, it's a weird one. Like, I trust Ubisoft on this particular one, or the Siege devs on this particular one, and I think that there are probably going to be some people that will argue that cheating hasn't stopped. But for us, we're looking at it as a subjective thing. And we're also looking at it like, if you're hearing it from a content creator, remember that they might have some good reason as to why they would want to express the idea that there are still cheaters around. Again, I'm not talking shit about Varsity specifically. He was just the guy that came to mind because I know he does the hacker replay stuff. There are probably other creators that, you know, they get a banging thumbnail and a banging title if they say that they had a hacker or a cheater in the lobby. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we just need to be wary when having this conversation that the devs and the normal players don't want cheaters. We don't like cheaters. Fuck cheaters. I hope they you know, that they still suck even with their cheats and they lose regularly and whatnot. But it is the fact that we're all on the same side means that we also need to not judge the devs too harshly if they're not giving us too much information. Because I'd rather them keep it a little hush and allow them to slowly work on the problem, as opposed to putting everything out on the table, making everyone aware of how to get around the cheats, and then all of a sudden we're back to square one. Anyway, sorry, that was a weird side rant. Again, love all the Siege content creators. I don't have any I don't have any malice towards anybody. Don't start some shit with me, because I don't want it. But it's just, I thought it's an important point to bring up, because I also feel like you see it on the Reddit and forums and shit. That cheating is still a big thing, when I think it obviously is, but not as big as some people might try and make you.
We've created new detections for DDoS, improving DDoS detection. It's also important to point out that new data bans using machine learning is already given us great results. It's led to less time manually making bans, and led to...
I think this means that, if I was to take a guess, in March... Okay, my presumption is that they... Yeah, so they've only got a data point for each month, start of each month. Oh no, that's the 24th of each month. No, that is 24 as the year. Never mind. Fucking start of each month, they take a data point. My guess is that there was a big ban in March at some point. Like a mass wave ban where they introduced a new system and it just absolutely fucked everything. It wouldn't surprise me if we look at the thing and there was some kind of update around then. In fact, would that have been Deimos? I'm not sure. Around there would have been an update, and I imagine that's when they implemented the new system, and that's why you can see the big spike. And then it drops down because obviously that original spike won't happen a second time. It will just now gradually be getting rid of more and more and more. So don't worry that April is a lot less than March. I think this is good. This is how the graph should look if they added something around this point. Oh, I just realized my cursor probably wasn't showing that. I'm pointing at March, okay?
Less time manually making bans, and it's made a much wider net for us to cast.
There should be some stat banning too.
It's helping a lot. We're working with Steam VAC bans so that it's harder for cheaters to make multiple accounts or for people who want to smurf.
That's good.
This means a better overall experience for PC
I feel like Steam's got a lot
players
more of a
and
setup
reduction
thing than
in
GB
cheaters
does.
having access to
Sadly.
new accounts.
In the Year 9 reveal back in February, we promised to address the influence of our defensive powerhouses. This season, Solus will receive her first update, but she's not the only one. We're also taking on Fenrir and adjusting his threat level accordingly.
I've been giving the camera.
Game director Josh.
I've been giving the camera work like all the props, but that was so unnecessary to do again.
The Mills has more.
If they do that transition again,
so the philosophy for Year 9
oh my god,
is fundamentally getting that match between our attackers and our defenders. It doesn't matter what side of the fight you're on. You're engaged in a fair fight, and you have the tools you need to get the job done. For Season 2, as we mentioned at SI, we're actually going across to the defense side and going after a couple of those powerhouses. So this means Fenrir and Solus will be receiving.
This is important. If you haven't been keeping track of Siege at like a higher level, or even just like a ranked level, you might just be a casual, you might not know what this is about. Basically, on attack, there are a lot of characters that are able to kind of mix and match and work together and create different strategies. There's not one solid meta as to who gets played, who gets picked. There are a couple of weak links, but no abundantly strong powerhouse. Defense, on the other hand, has probably like a list of 5 or 6 operators who absolutely dominate. There is no one able to reach the levels of power that they've got, and it means that they just have way too much influence over a match. It's Fenrir, it's Solus, it's Azami, it's Valkyrie, it's someone else. Tuberau was in there, but they kind of fixed him a little bit. But there are characters. There's also, sorry, I said there was no one on attack. Obviously Dokkaebi, they've got plans on reworking, but I feel like she's a bit of an outlier. As a general rule of thumb, I think the attack is a lot more balanced than the defense. At the minute, defense, they added too many really big idea characters, and they didn't really know how to balance those characters without data of actual matches. Now that we have those matches, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring those characters down a little bit. So yeah, let's see how they do that.
Receiving updates. So Solus, the fact that she can take down all the drones in the prep phase is a huge problem. So we're addressing that. We're making sure that her Spec IO glasses no longer work during the prep phase. This allows our players on attack to be able to get their drones in position, suss out what the defense is doing, and make those necessary changes using attacker repick, for example. When the prep phase closes, Solus's gadget will be available, and she can start hunting drones. But she can only detect drones that are actively being used, so you can have your drones go into a standby state and hide. So you'll have more opportunity to keep your drones alive, hiding them from Solus, sussing out where she is, and then making plays around the fact that you know that gadget's online now, and you can hide yourself away by making sure you get off your drone before Solus finds you. It's not the only change coming. The capacity of the Spec IO glasses will be reduced as well.
Oh, that is so much faster.
10 seconds, which means Solus only has 10 seconds to use that device. Additionally, in order to activate the device, it must be at 100% charge. So if you've used the device at all and try to reactivate it, you will not be able to until it fully charges again. Additionally, we're reducing the detection range, so Solace actually has to put herself at a little bit more risk in order to get that intel. We'll be removing impact grenades from her loadout and giving her proximity alarms as a replacement. This is part one of a two-part update. And the reason we're doing that is one, for speed. We want to make sure that we get this stuff in your hands faster and that we release some of the pressure that some of these operators are causing. Now, we saw this work with Grim, where we did a part one and part two update, and that's exactly the same
the Grim rework was so good.
Solus here. Another operator update.
Okay, we'll stop. We'll talk about Solus, and then we'll get to Fenrir. Honestly, I think that's good. That solves a lot of the problems I'd have with Solus, and I'm actually curious to hear what their part 2 is going to be. Because I don't want them to over-nerf Solus to the point that she's useless. That could bother people, and me, a little bit. Right, what did they say? Losing the impacts, that's probably really good. Impacts already have been nerfed recently, but this fundamentally makes it so if you want to, you can't play underneath as well as previously. A big thing with Solus was you'd get somebody sitting underneath site. If they try and plant, you can play from underneath and you can use impacts and shit to kill. That's not going to be an option anymore, which is pretty good. I like that. The proximity alarm also gives you the opportunity to kind of just size out, okay, somebody's around here. I can do a quick sweep, figure out if they put anything down that I need to worry about, and then I can go take them out. So yeah, that wasn't too bad. As far as the actual gadget itself, I think the prep phase thing is probably the biggest change and the most important change. The 10-second thing, that's fair. The range decrease, that's fair. It's the big change is going to be not being able to use it in prep phase. Because prep phase, Solus was basically able to just deny defenders anything that allows them to see what's on site, anything that allows them to see which operators are in play, apart from, obviously, Solus. It was just a really annoying operator to deal with, and also gave somebody an excuse to not set up site. This is gonna not just make it a little bit easier for attackers to get a bit of an idea of what's going on site, but also means that you can't play Solus to say, oh, I don't need a setup site because I'm Solus. I'm gonna chase drones. I hate having teams that don't effectively set up site. They want to play roam, and then, they get surprised when we don't manage to hold the site. This kind of removes a little bit of it, and I think that it's going to strengthen Solus using her shotgun a bit more, especially with the impact stuff taken away, because now she's got more time to set up at the start. She's able to create rotates with her shotgun, and then just kind of terraform site a little bit. She's got the SMG-11 as a secondary, so it kind of all works together. She's not going to be weak. That's the important thing. She's not going to be weak after this. It's just that she's not going to be insanely powerful either. So yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with this. I might actually experiment with it a little bit. If my friends do want to play more ranked Siege or unranked or whatever, I might play the Solus and see how she feels after this.
Coming is for Fenrir. We'll be actually reducing how many mines he has from 5 to 4. And from 3 codes down to 2. He'll have to be much more selective about how he's using his.
That is totally fair.
Additionally, if a mine is disabled or destroyed, the code will be refunded due to this reduction. Additionally, those FNATs will no longer be bulletproof, which means Fenrir has to be very careful about where he places them because they are always going to be vulnerable. We're looking at his secondaries as well. Combining an FNAT with barbed wire can be very powerful. So we're actually removing the barbed wire and giving him observation blockers to help obscure where those FNATs are. We want to make sure that he is still scary, and you do need to pay attention to his gadgets. But at the same time, we want to bring him in line with the mythology that we have for the game, where gadgets should not be spammy. Right now, he has a lot of them, so we're tackling that.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so they basically attacked his... Like, they're focusing on quality over quantity with his gadget by the sound of things. I like that, because the thing is, I've always liked the fact that Fenrir's gadget has the code element. So if you keep him alive, maybe keep him on site, that way he can start, like, changing where your active mines are. So then that way you can take advantage of Sorry, what am I thinking about? It's late. My brain is not working. You can change which mines are active based on how the enemy is handling their match. In fact, you can hold on to a couple of mines as well in case the original mines you have on the door aren't going to work out for you. I think, yeah, that honestly, those changes are 100% of what they needed to do with Fenrir. Obviously, there's a chance this could still be too powerful, especially with you getting your codes back now. But it gives you more incentive to keep Fenrir alive longer, because if they destroy one of your FNATs, you get that code back, so now you can set something else, but you can't do that if you're not alive. I think this is going to make Fenrir a better anchor now, which I don't hate. I think that there's a need for Siege to introduce characters that benefit from anchoring. I say that I still will guaranteed have the dock running halfway across the map, for God knows what reason. But you get the idea. It's useful having operators who have a gadget designed for anchoring, and I can start leaning into that myself if I want to. And I definitely will be trying some of that out. Fenrir I actually quite enjoy, so I might give it a shot, see how he feels. I also don't mind the fact that his gadgets aren't bulletproof if they're inactive. I can't tell if that's going to be too big a change or not, but I think it is probably... It stops you from just placing one there and then going, you know what? If it activates, that's great. If it doesn't activate, I can switch to a different one. It stops it from being just super unmanageable no matter what's going on with it. That might not have made any sense, but I'm hoping it did.
The Marketplace beta has seen a lot of engagement, and has helped us refine the feature to get it ready for release this season. To give you more details, please welcome Associate Monetization Director, Joey Adep-Pepen.
Fucking Marketplace beta bullshit.
On January 30th,
I can't believe I'm not allowed on there yet.
As launched in beta phase.
I actually am gonna check. I would be very curious to know if I am allowed on the Marketplace beta. Yeah, okay. So this is what I'm talking about. I signed up for this shit ages ago. Here's my currency. It's not like I don't have anything on my account. And it is, for the longest time, it has said, for the moment, you cannot engage in Marketplace trading. For further details, please visit the FAQ section. You click on that, and then it doesn't give me anything. It opens up the eligibility criteria for the beta. You need to sign up for the beta. I did that. For an opportunity to participate. Selected players must have a minimum clearance level of 25. I do have that. And not be banned for cheating or toxicity. I'm not banned. And my reputation, even if it fluctuates a little bit, it should be at the top one, but it's not for God knows what reason. I have not been banned or anything like that for cheating and toxicity. No sanction, no nothing. There is absolutely no reason why I'm not allowed on the beta. I know absolutely toxic pieces of shit who managed to get on the beta, and I still haven't. And I have no idea why. So, Ubisoft, if you could let me know if I've done something wrong, I'd love to know. Because I actually genuinely speak, I know Ubisoft gets a lot of shit. I want to try and give them the benefit of the doubt. But it is really, really, really hard when you do stuff like this to a player who genuinely wants to interact with your stuff. I guess I'm going to be able to use it when it comes out, but my hype for it has definitely been killed a little bit by the constant waiting for it to work. Anyway, let's get back to it.
And we were beyond excited to see and feel the enthusiasm and engagement from the community. And now we're extremely happy to announce that early in Season 2, all the players with a level 25 clearance and above will automatically get access to the marketplace without any registration needed whatsoever. As a reminder, the Rainbow Six Siege Marketplace is a web platform also optimized for mobile, where you, the players, can trade anonymously and safely your cosmetic item with the community for R6 credit. The beta phase has allowed us to gather feedback from the players, and now we're very confident with the full release of the marketplace. Also, coming early in Season 2, we are bringing new life improvement feature to the Siege marketplace, such as item recommendations, item price history and graphs, and other UX and UI improvements. I want to thank you all for making the Rainbow Six Siege marketplace a reality, and we'll continue to work hard to improve the feature so you get the best experience possible.
I don't have anything else to say because I'm burning on the inside. I don't know why I haven't been allowed on, and I've got to wait another month for this shit. I suppose there is one thing I'd like to say, and obviously it's unlikely the devs are going to see this. I am not a big fish in terms of content creation or anything like that. But the odd chance they do, one thing I would really love to see them do is, now that the marketplace allows you to sell stuff, I shouldn't be getting renown back for duplicates, if that makes any sense. I feel like that is a little bit of a, I don't know. It's a mixed one. I kind of get why they want to give you renown back, because they don't want to be giving people free credits all the time. But at the same time, a lot of us have already given a lot of money to this game, so stop being greedy bastards. I don't know. I feel like it might be worth, you know, giving back, allowing people to hold duplicates so that they can sell them on the marketplace. That way, if somebody actually wants one of the duplicates, it's not like they've got to go fishing for it. It's not like there's a limited pool of it. It's not going to affect too many high-level skins, I don't think. And in fact, if you want to set a distinction where you can't like have more than one of certain high-level skins, then that's fine. I totally get that. At least for the lower-level skins, I think you should be able to hold on duplicates and sell them. But you know, maybe that's a dumb idea. I obviously am not part of the dev team. I haven't really thought about that. That's just a suggestion that I've come up with then and there. But, you know, throwing it out there.
Operation New Blood is bringing back a popular game mode for a limited run and adding a map filter option in the standard playlist, which live content director Christopher Budgeon can tell you all about.
Game mode. Apocalypse, 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 apocalypse. Please, please, please.
So this season, we're introducing a new system called map filtering in the standard playlist. This means that players can select playing ranked, non-ranked, or all maps within their experience. That means for the first time, you'll be able to play tactically on non-ranked maps within standard. Attrition is an arcade game mode that's coming back for a limited time, where every round, the operators that are played, both on attack and defense, are eliminated for the rest of the match. At the start of the match, 5 attackers and 5 defenders will be automatically removed randomly. That means going into the first round, attrition has already started, and you'll have to play with the puzzle pieces available to you. Attrition playlist is coming back for a limited time from June 18th.
I'm totally playing that. That actually sounds really fun. I like that. I like things that force people to break out of the meta. Like I am loving the Dead by Daylight randomized perks and stuff. I haven't played in the past couple of days. But I just, oh my god. It is so much fun when your skills as a player are put to the test because you're not allowed to rely on the things that you may normally rely on. If I have a specific gun I play in this game, I can't guarantee I'm still going to have that after a couple of rounds, so I need to be specific. I need to be strategic about things. This could be fun.
Until July 2nd.
New premium rewards are on the way as we're introducing membership this season. To give you more info, here's business strategy director Mohammed Ben-Hanada.
Hey.
We're glad to announce that we'll be bringing membership on Siege. Membership is a new and the best way to get some of the game's new
bonus reward for enrolling then. In Battle Pass level skips. Right back. There's nothing saying that you actually get the Battle Pass. Battle Pass access. There, sorry. My bad. This skin looks cool at least, I guess. The Bravo packs and ticket actually probably interest me more than anything else. I'm a sucker for anything that can give me black ices. Operator voucher, I'm not gonna get. That's honestly gonna bother me a little bit. I better get something in compensation for that. Oh, 6 credits. I'll have to see how much this is. That's the thing. I actually am totally down to potentially get this, but if it doesn't, if it's an unreasonable price, then no. And unfortunately, I feel like it would be very easy for them to make it an unreasonable price.
New and exciting content, as well as exclusive customization that won't be
Oh, I should also mention that this skin is one I've already got. This is not exclusive. This is from a battle pass.
available in the shop. So how does it work? Each month, as a member, you will have access to the Premium Battle Pass, along with its privileges. That comes in the form of the 10% shop discount and the 30% faster progression. You will also get 10 Battle Pass tokens in order to kickstart your Battle Pass season, 1 Bravo pack, 1 full epic bundle, and 1 legendary item, which is part of a legendary bundle that will be tied to the season. The Premium Battle Pass, the 10 tokens, and the Bravo pack will be given as soon as you enroll and will be given each month at your rebilling date, while the full epic bundle and the legendary item will be given on the 28th of the month. For the players who stayed members throughout the season and got the 3 legendary items, and therefore the legendary bundle, you will also get an extra operator card unlocked as a bonus. For players who will join on the first week of Season 2, you will get an exclusive epic bundle only offered during that period, as well as 600 Rainbow Six credits. We want to make membership evolve in order to make members feel like true VIPs on Siege. So as always, we'll be listening to your feedbacks to see how we can make membership better for the upcoming seasons. So stay tuned.
I like that as an idea. Obviously, they're transitioning to a model where they're adding less operators. And you got to remember that they still, as a company, need to make money. They still need to generate revenue from this game for it to be worth continuing. I think a lot of people are going to give them shit for making this membership system, but I think it is a fair way for them to allow players who actually are passionate about the game to support the game and continue supporting the game. So yeah, I don't really have as big a problem with this as I think some other people are going to. And I think that us as a community need to give them a bit of slack on this one.
Watching a Siege match could be a powerful way to learn about the game, connect with your community, or see some of the best players in the world compete. We're introducing an updated viewing experience that will help you see more, learn more, and make each match all more thrilling to watch. UX designer Lawrence Ematange is here to tell you all about it.
I'm curious.
Essentially, we wanted a more seamless experience for spectators, casters, and observers because they're all using the same HUD, and we wanted to make that very efficient for them. So we moved the cards from the side to the bottom. We went for a more contextual and dynamic approach with these cards. The cards give more information during the prep phase because that's when you really analyze the strategies of our game. And then we remove that information during the action phase to focus more on gameplay.
Yeah, so like you see like the guns and stuff.
During the action phase, we give the opportunity to casters to re-add that information on a toggle, so you have the inventory of each player visible. So we allow the space in the cards to show what a player has in hand at any given moment. So if a player is putting on a barrier...
I was worried that this was going to draw people to not spectate cams and therefore be useless in that regard. But if this is available in-game when you're just spectating as somebody who's died, it might be a little bit easier for somebody to see like how many gadgets are left. Like if I'm a nomad and I still have an air jab left, one of my teammates who are dead can let me know, oh, you should probably put a anti-flank on that hallway. You know, shit like that. Somebody can remind me I've got claymores if I'm placing diffuser down or stuff. Simple things. I think that might be valuable.
That space in the card shows exactly what that player is doing. And if a player is ready to throw a grenade, you will see it in the card as well. We also added some animations to that part so we can see when a player is low on ammunition or if a player is shooting, or if a player is taking damage. We also added the player live location, which helps understanding what is happening and where exactly. So at season launch, the cards will be available in spectator mode. So this means they will also be visible in our esports ecosystem. And we're working really hard to make the cards available in match replay later this year. So we're super excited to hear more about your thoughts on these new cards so we can improve even more in the future.
No, that's a good change. Good change.
That wasn't on the roadmap. Operation New Blood is bringing some quality of life improvement to both Stadium Bravo and Stadium Alpha maps. Team World lead Jeremy Dowsett joins us.
Stadium Alpha? Okay, so I started in Neon Dawn, which was Arena's time. I remember Stadium Bravo quite well. I know that it's not a very popular map, and I find myself not super engaged in that particular map. But I'm curious. Okay, hit me with it. What have you done to Stadium?
To walk us through these changes.
Is this gonna be in ranked?
Stadium Alpha and Stadium Bravo, it's really quality of life changes. The community loved them as events, and they came out in the playlists. But there was a problem, and the problem was the bulletproof glass. We overused it, we put it everywhere, we were experimenting, and the thing we've done is we've removed bulletproof glass from
I swear to God, if
this
is the only thing you've done.
This means for defenders, it's actually much more comfortable to defend because the attackers can't just park a drone outside the window and then just ping you and know where you are. So the problem with the two maps was you'd always have to defend an objective off-site because you're always going to get seen. Now, with the removal of bulletproof glass from those areas, it means as a defender, you can actually stay on site and actually defend. For Stadium Bravo, there's been changes to the 1F border and there's been changes to the coastline section. Again, these are just minor wall tweaks, doorway tweaks, nothing too serious, but we have linked a few areas with some extra doors. So showers are linked with the door, servers are now linked with the door, and we've added an extra hatch. Again, we've gone through and we've rebalanced the floors so they actually match to the objectives, so it's actually easier to attack and defend with the breakable floors. The team that worked upon these maps, Etienne, Alexandra Jade, Dominic, the level design, they've done a really great job, and we're looking forward to these maps coming out into all of the playlists except for ranked, and we're looking forward to your feedback.
I think they deliberately did that so they'd scare the shit out of fucking comp players. We're getting excited to put these in all of the playlists except for ranked. But okay, that didn't seem too bad. They didn't really say anything about what's happening with Stadium Alpha, and the thing is that I'd be more curious about that because I actually don't know how that's different to Stadium Bravo. But no, my problem with that map has always been less about the layout. Obviously, is one element, and that glass change sounds really good. But it confuses me because it mixes elements of different maps, and then I forget like which map I'm on, like in terms of like which corridor should be where and how they differ from those maps. And there's just a lot less gear there. It's very clearly like a training map that Rainbow Ops would use, which is cool in concept, but it means that there's less opportunity to hide gadgets or less clutter around the place to, hide and get like a nice, like as an attacker might try and like find a spot where they can peek into sight without being seen. I don't know, there's just little things like that. Hiding drones. It's hard to do that when you don't have that clutter. And that clutter also makes it feel like a more authentic, realistic map. That's always been my problem with the Stadium maps. I don't know about other people if that's the same for anyone else. But that sounds more fun and more playable. Good change. It was never going to be a bad change, I don't think. I think the devs have gotten very good at making sure that these changes are universally quite good. I'm still probably not going to prefer that map over other maps, so, take with that what you will. We'll probably see it more in standard at least.
This season is adding more playable operators, AI defenders, and map choices to the Versus AI and map training playlists. Plus, we've got a new drill coming for experienced players looking to sharpen their skills even further. To give you more details, Christopher Budgeon is back.
For the Versus AI playlist, we're bringing 2 new maps, 2 new AI defenders, and 4 new playable attackers, including Deimos. Starting this season, you'll be able to warm up and train in the Versus AI playlist on both Coastline and Nighthaven.
I'm glad they waited.
New AI defenders that you'll be able to train against are Vigil and Thunderbird. For playable operators, you'll now be able to choose between Ace, Hibana, Blackbeard, and Deimos.
I think I also
Additionally,
spotted
we're
a
introducing
recruit.
a new drill called the Endless Drill. This will allow players to train for 60 minutes uninterrupted as they navigate a map with dummies found in every room. This season, we're demonstrating our commitment to continuously update these training tools, both map training and Versus AI, and we'll continue to do so next season as well.
The time has come for us
That'll
to
look fun.
introduce the season's new blood. Our remastered recruits, Striker and Sentry, are joining Team Rainbow with a versatile set of gadgets. First up on attack, we have Striker.
Okay,
And
hit
on
me
the
with it.
defense, Sentry. Alexander Karpassis and Joshua Mills have a host of insights into the design, loadouts, and new strategic possibilities of these operators.
At least that transition made sense there a little bit.
The visual design of our recruits comes from a wonderful collaboration with our friends on the Rainbow Six.
Can we
mobile
customize
team.
them?
We're using their models up-res for Siege to represent Striker, who wears the repelling harness, and Sentry, who wears the defender's helmet, to differentiate the two sides of the same coin. These are the Swiss Army knives of the operators, and we intentionally wanted them to feel like a character you can embody. We've all been recruits at some point on our journey in Siege, and we want you to believe that you are that next recruit standing beside operators that are heroes and legends. We've also made sure that these recruits are customizable, so now you can put them out the way that you want to represent yourself as a recruit in Rainbow Six Siege.
He does kind of just look like shit Thatcher though.
Season 2 is a really exciting moment for us on the team because this is when we get to introduce our first remaster. This is fundamentally our way of being able to maintain the health of the game, to go back and reevaluate different pieces of content that have been released over time, specifically our operators. And what a better place to start than Recruit. Now, I'm gonna say something that's gonna probably break some hearts, but it's honestly true, and it's something I've seen through all the the design documentation and stuff. But Recruit was never intended to be played. It was there as an option if you didn't have an operator. So they were really not meant to be used in every round. Well, we're changing that. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Recruit needs to have their own moment to shine, and now they do.
You haven't
I gotta
broken
stop
my
saying
heart.
recruit because it's plural. It's recruits. We have Striker on attack, and we have Sentry on defense. Now,
That's
the
it.
unique thing about Striker and Sentry is they're not as specialized as our other operators. That doesn't mean they're not powerful. In fact, they will become your Swiss Army
Oh my
knife
gosh.
on attack or defense. Striker and Sentry's unique ability allows them to field 2 generic gadgets from their side of the fight. So for Striker, in her gadget kit, she can bring a stun grenade, a hard breach charge, frag grenade,
Ooh. Sorry, I know he's explaining it, but I actually want to go through this myself. Okay, so he's got the primary weapons. I'm pretty sure that is Mavericks, Black Eyes. Sorry, I have Black Eyes for Mavericks AR. Mavericks AR, and I believe that is shit. I don't remember whose LMG that is. It's either Capital or it's Gridlock. I don't remember. This interests me though. I fucking love the ITA 12S, and I'm so glad to see recruits getting it. I think I've also got this on Black Eyes too. Stun, hard breach, impact, EMP, frag, smoke, claymore, breach, charge. I might play this, to be honest. I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm gonna have to do some soul searching to figure out what this I find the most useful. It'll probably be. Oh, you could have the EMP and the hard breach. That is insane. That is actually really good. Okay, that could be interesting.
Impact EMP grenade, smoke grenade, claymore, and breach charge. And remember, that means Striker can take any combination of 2 of these gadgets. Now, when we're talking about Sentry, he can bring in his gadget kit. Impact grenades, deployable shields, barbed wire, nitro cell.
Commando. Isn't that... That's Grimm's AR, right? I just got that Black Ice too. That's... okay, that's an interesting one for defense. I don't hate that though. And then we've got the M870. That's the Jaeger Bandit shotgun. In fact, this shotgun and this machine pistol are both on Thorn's loadout. So you could basically just play Thorn, but without her gadgets, using this instead. And we got a Super Shorty. I'd probably lean more towards using the Commando Super Shorty combo. And then what do we have here? I know Barbed Wire is getting a buff, so this is probably worth noting. Nitro for shields. And probably the deployable shield or the bulletproof camera, depending on what my team's going to be like. All right, there's good options there. There are definitely some good options there.
Proximity alarms, observation blockers, and bulletproof cameras. And once again, just like Striker, Sentry can bring any combination of 2 of these gadgets.
Yeah.
So for Striker,
that's cool.
Some of these combinations are more obvious than others. For example, hard breach charges and impact EMPs. That's a self-sufficient hard breacher right there. Another great combination for Striker is a claymore and a breach charge, setting up your own flank watch while taking care of that vertical play. A big important thing about Striker and Sentry is you do not know what they're bringing on the field, which means your strategy can be built around what they have in their pockets, and that requires the other team to pay attention to what they are doing. So when we look at Striker and Sentry's weapon, it's important.
We better get a recruit only playlist. I've heard you can only have 1 recruit per team. We better get like a proper like recruit only mode where everyone is a recruit.
That we have versatility and customization really at the center here, because we want you to be able to craft Sentry or Striker to fit exactly what your lineup needs. When we look at Striker's weapons, we want to remain true to what Recruit was originally, which is some good all-around weapons for each one of them. But in Striker's case, that means the M4 and the M249. In secondary, the ITA 12S and the 5.7 USG. Now, when we jump over into Sentry's weapon loadout, they're rocking some fan favorites as well. The Commando 9, the M870 in their primary slot, and then the secondary slot, the C75 Auto and the Super Shorty. Some of the great combinations that you can do with Sentry would be a bulletproof camera and an observation blocker, or a proximity alarm and a nitro cell. Recruit.
That is so good! I love that. Okay, yeah, no, we're actually totally trying that. Oh, that is going to be a royal pain in the fucking arse. Just plays proximity and the nitro cell and just what the fuck are they gonna do about that?
Recruit has always held a special place in our hearts. Being able to go back and revisit them and remaster them in this way is super special to us on the team, and we hope it's awesome for you on the community side. The impact of a remaster in the game is fundamentally as if new operators are coming to the game, because that's how we're treating them. But it's important that the essence of the operator remains.
The catch is that I'm going to want to play Recruit, and I have a sneaky suspicion that Recruit is going to be very popular in these upcoming matches. Oh my god, trying to get in as Recruit is going to be painful, because everyone's going to have access to them, which means that I'm probably not going to be able to use them.
How does it feel to step into the boots of those remastered recruits? Let's get a fresh perspective from 2 special guests.
Let me guess, Jinxie.
Please welcome 2-time 6 Invitational Show Match winner, That One Brit, and the reigning Easter egg queen, Titanium Rolo.
Okay. The first thing that comes to mind about old recruits is kind of more of like meme gameplay, but this new recruit gives
yeah, we
way
saw
more
Brit in the
possibilities
other.
to the game,
Yeah, okay.
gives way more opportunities for your teammates to work together and accomplish the objective.
So I am a massive fan of the new recruits, especially striker. I feel like I might end up being a striker main on attack. I love to bring buck, but I also like to roam clear. So the fact I can now bring a hard breach gadget and claymores is going to come in so clutch for me. And also being able to single-handedly get
That's a
wall
combo
open
I'm
if
gonna
you wanna
like
do
as well.
Back take, for example, you can bring pocket EMPs and also a hard breach gadget. So I love it for that. And also, so many people who are new to the game won't understand the unwritten rule of if people bring recruit, you have to too, or it's GN. And now it's going to save them from that because obviously only one person can bring it. So I'm quite happy about that.
100%. I actually love the defender side more.
It is probably good that only one person can bring a recruit, thinking about the fact that there are... I'm just picturing... This could have been so chaotic if they did this wrong, because can you imagine having 5 recruits, like... You just have one guy with, like... one guy with hard breaches, 4 guys with EMPs, and then everyone else has like smokes or stuns and shit in the entire loadout. And it's kind of like you keep constantly EMPing the wall over and over again while the one guy hard breaches, and then just fill the room with smokes and blinds. That could have been a bit painful. So I'm kind of glad that's not what's happening.
Because I'm a big C4 player, the opportunity to bring a C4 and like a deployable or a BP to play off of makes the defending recruit operator just so great and versatile. If I was going to play more aggressive, like she said, I would bring claymores and flashes and just claymore my flanks and then just flash right in and hopefully get a 3K at least.
I mean, I think you're ace. You aced us earlier, so
You're too sweet.
easy for you.
I love that.
I'm going for a meme, flashes and smokes 100%, and I'm just going to throw all 5 in and hope for the best. But if I'm trying to play serious or solo queue, either hard breach claymore or hard breach EMPs. Just to like put on a final thing from my perspective, M4. M4.
Yeah.
And then period.
Just M4 period, exactly.
You could play
M4
the
with
season
the
test
ITA.
server for Operation New Blood starting next week. Explore the strategies with both Sentry and Striker, and polish your skills with Endless Drill. This is also where I remind you about R6 Fix, the place to report issues you encounter and earn rewards for helping us out.
Do the swoosh.
Now, before we wrap up, we have an experiment for you that could turn into a feverish nightmare.
I hope you guys enjoyed that, because it's going to have completely different music. Okay, so we've got about a week till this comes out. I think overall, good panel. It was going to be an interesting one, because this is the first time since Operation Health that they've, you know, that they've had to announce that they're not adding anything, like, new. But the changes that we are getting are good. There is still going to be an opportunity. I say to support Ubisoft. It's going to be more like paying a shit ton to Ubisoft. But there's still an opportunity to support the game. And a way of rewarding players who want to support the game. With this membership thing. Again, I feel like people are going to get really annoyed about it. But I actually don't think it's too bad. It's a little bit like the Fortnite Crew Pass. I'm totally fine with it existing. In its current form. I forget. I had ideas and thoughts, but the main stuff is about Recruit, though. I'm very excited for this. I think, though, that Recruit is going to be a royal pain in the arse, and the problem is that basically the way that this game has made it so that you, like, deal with Recruit, or deal with anyone who's going to be a pain in the arse, is just pick mute. It is so true about almost every element of this game, and it's going to be true about this season too. If you want to make sure that a wall stays closed, you bring me and Kaid, and then that'll make sure that you got the double whammy on a breakable, so you can try and like avoid getting absolutely done in. I don't know. That EMP hard breach could be a little bit too strong. We'll have to see how that goes. But I think the heart's in the right place. I love this first rework. I'm excited to see what reworks are to come. Unfortunately, we're not going to be getting them very quickly, because I know the next rework's meant to come in like season 4. So that's going to be a while. And I think that's meant to be Blackbeard, but I could be wrong on that one. Either way, this has been exciting. I'm excited for the new season. 11th of June. Hopefully we'll get to play some of it. I am going to be busy with the Dead by Daylight anniversary event, which is starting 2 days after that. So, I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff going on in gaming right now. Like I said, COD's new pass seems awesome. Fortnite is absolutely banging it with the vehicle stuff going on right now. If you haven't checked it out, Fortnite's really popping right now. And Siege and Dead by Daylight smashing things. Excited for this. I hope you guys are excited too. Like I said before, leave a like and a comment and a subscribe if you've got thoughts that you want to share with me. Otherwise, we're going to end it here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, shit. Okay, no, I didn't break it. Bye-bye.